Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Bree. Love complexion products. So today is one of those reviews and first impressions that I'm excited about. So I did in fact go to Sephora to pick it up. The new Sephora collection, Reveal the Real Soft Radiant Skin Tint. I did already twist it open, so the label is a little wonky back here. I'm excited to try this out. If you know me, you know the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation, which is right here, is amazing. This is my favorite foundation from Sephora. The actual Sephora brand just does wonders for my skin. So I feel like I had to pick this up to try it out, and I really love that look on the skin. So let's get into it. If you guys are not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to become part of the fam, I would love to have you guys subscribe. So definitely click the button before you leave. And if you want to be notified of every upload, clicking the bell will definitely make sure it shoots out a little notification to you. So in store specifically, not on the actual bottle that you purchase, but in store, the little testers, once this cap is off, the shade name is no longer on the bottle whatsoever at all. I went with the shade 200N, which is a medium shade. Now I do think this is gonna be a little bit too deep. I'm gonna state that now. When I do foundation and skin tint reviews, I focus on the formula anyway. So if it is, just don't mind that. But I do think it's gonna run a little bit deep for me. Now I did wanna pick up the one in the lighter range. It was like light, medium, deep on the tiers. So I feel like I should have been one of the shades in the light range because they do run a little bit deeper. So like I said, this is called the Reveal the Real Soft Radiant Skin Tint. The packaging is pretty cute, pretty standard for a skin tint. A little squeezy dropper, which is really nice and convenient, perfect for traveling. Just perfect for like the everyday consumer. It's gonna retail for $22 and there's 20 shade options in the range. It of course is a liquid formula. It's supposed to have a radiant finish with light coverage and more of like a natural finish as well. And it is fragrance free and vegan, which is amazing. It says it's a lightweight serum-like texture that offers the perfect combination of a radiant blurred finish while rapidly correcting the appearance of uneven skin tone, and it is good for normal, combo, and oily skin. That is a big claim. So I honestly feel like I'm gonna be able to use this with my fingertips and blend it in, or I might go in with this brush from BK Beauty, which is the N17 brush, which I do love for foundations, but I'm gonna give it a whirl first with just my fingertips. It does remind me of the new Kylie Cosmetics one actually that came out, which I do wanna review that or have it in a new makeup video for you guys. But there's just so many skin tints and complexion products and foundations that are out right now. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz my face with my Dalba First Spray Serum. Gonna give me my hydration. I use this every single day. So this is the shade, which is shade 200. And again, shade 200 is a medium neutral. And my self-tan is fading, so if I wasn't fading with self-tan, I feel like it would have been like the perfect match, but it is a little bit deeper. I'm gonna dot it on. Some breakouts at the moment that was like self-induced. I did that. Hopefully it covers that up. So right away, it definitely looks a little bit deep, but I don't think it's like unbearable, and I don't think it's supposed to oxidize either. Even though as soon as I put it on, okay, so I'm gonna just start by blending it out with my hands. I love the texture right away, the feeling of it. It feels very nice, almost like a skincare product, but it feels velvety almost, like very soft. That might not work out for me with the shade. I'm just going to actually blend the whole thing with my hands, and then I'll go in with that brush to make sure everything's all blended. Even though the claim is that it's not going to, I think it changed slightly for me. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm blending it down to my neck because I feel like it is slightly leaving it a little bit deeper. Like it looks a little different once it was swatched. But maybe that means I do have to blend it out with the brush. But I do like the feeling of it. Actually blending it out now with a brush fixes that. I think when I did my fingertips, it almost warmed it up in a way. It was looking like a little bit orange. But then blending it out with the brush seamlessly just blended everything together. The only thing is I'm not gonna get coverage, I already know, for these little breakouts, so we'll use some concealer for that, but not a lot because I do want to keep this more like that everyday wear, especially if you're wanting to go pick this up and wear it for the everyday, just to even out the skin tone and be super quick and not full glam or like not a glam look. I'm not going to add a ton to it. I think this is actually really pretty and blended out way better than when I did my fingers, but I love that you can still see like my freckles peeking through. I would say by the end of this, if I ended up loving it, I'm going back to get a different shade because this is definitely not going to be my winter shade by any means, even if I'm self-tanning, but I totally can make this work. Could I have gone down 1 or 2 shades? Yeah. But again, their shade range I think is so interesting and way different than the Best Skin Ever foundation. That was easy. I can find my shade like that. Pretty true to the name. These are a little bit interesting. Definitely looks really pretty on the skin. So I'm gonna leave this as is. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of my House Labs concealer, and I'm gonna use that same brush to blend out the concealer so everything melts together. A little bit of minimal bronzer, a little bit of blush, and powder to set, and mascara, of course. I do like it, but I gotta see if I think it's worth it. We shall see. I do like the way my skin's looking though. I will say that. It does look really pretty. I'm gonna go in and do the rest and I'll be right back. Okay, I went from very unsure about this, I'm sure you can tell as I'm applying, to me finishing and loving my skin complexion right now. It's always a trust the process when you are trying a new foundation, and that's why I'm gonna leave it on for a little bit. Correction, skin tint, sorry. But I'm gonna leave it on and share with you guys a little bit later how it's looking and hopefully get back on camera for you like always. If not, of course, description box, it will be down below. The undertone really pulled a bit orangey. As opposed to it being a neutral, it really was going the other way. So I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work out for me. And I was just ready to go pick up a new shade like tomorrow. Like honestly gonna switch it out and get a new shade if I ended up liking it. I'm considering buying another shade just to have as my lighter shade, or I can end up mixing the two like I like to do sometimes as well. I think this looks actually stunning as it's all finished. I did go a little bit more glam with it, which I wasn't going to do, but that's just how this happens. I'll sit here, I'm gonna say I'm not doing a lot, and then I end up adding more than expected. So I feel like you can actually wear this more glammed up as well, which is good to know, but it is more intended obviously for the no makeup look, just kind of helping out perfect the skin and get an even skin tone going. So if you're gonna be doing that, just make sure that you are picking up your proper undertone. You can wear this on its own, just keep those little bullet points in mind and mental noted when you are shopping for this. But I do think it's worth a shot. Are there better ones out there? Yes. Do you have to get it? No, I don't think you need it, but I do think my skin ultimately looks really good right now. It's not even settling or doing anything unordinary. And also by my nose, everything still looks intact. Everything still looks pretty good. Everything's gonna be listed and linked for you down below in the description, as well as on screen so you can easily shop on the video. That's what we're looking like right now. I will come back in a little bit. So it's a little bit later, and I totally feel like my skin is still looking very good. I do see a little bit of creases by my mouth. It's nothing crazy. Would I say my skin looks its best? No. Would I say that it's pretty? Yes. It's still a very pretty formula, and I do like the texture of it. I kind of went for a little bit more of a set look, so totally don't have to do that. And likely you can do both with this product though. I also feel like as it's wearing, the color looks a bit better on me and like marinated, I guess you can say. I feel like it looks better now that it's been a little bit and like sinking into the skin as opposed to lying on top of it. I do like that you have the option to keep it really minimal and skin-like and almost like that bare skin look. But that is everything on the Reveal the Real skin tint. I do like the name. I think that's a very clever name. And that is all I have to say on that. Nothing is going to take the place of my Sephora collection Best Skin Ever. Even though it's a foundation, it actually doesn't even feel like anything is on my skin, which is nice. Even being on for a little bit of time, it's so weightless. If I end the video here, I will leave everything in the description box for you like always. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.